you guys ever wanted to be part of an Archfiend video?
Yes, yes, yes. No, I said yes.
No.
I said yes!
So the other day, I got a job. Now, I've worked jobs before for several days of my life combined to this point, but this time things were a bit serious. You see, I have a new house here, and those of you who, don't have money invested in a house, or, you plan on buying a house, I'm going to give you a few pointers. When you buy a house, there's these little things called bills, and they get sent to you. It's stuff like, the electric bill, the cable bill, the mortgage bill, taxes, all that good stuff that comes with being a homeowner. And, well, I haven't been paying them, but the girlfiend has. We have this arrangement set up that now that, we've been dating here for a couple months, that I really wanted a house, and I gave her the sad eyes, and I said, could you please help me get a house? And by help I mean, I was gonna let her basically put out all the money for this place. Now she can come over and visit, at specific times that she wants to, when I need something cleaned, or I need sex, or just usual things like a meal cooked. She's welcome to come over anytime for one of those instances, and my door's always open for that. Now, we have that arrangement set up, as I said, where she is basically going to pay the bills here, and she's been paying all the bills. Now, the arrangement is that, she's going to pay the bills for the first year, and I had this all worked out, and everything was fine, where she pays the bills the first year, and then I pay the bills the second year. Now, alright, to be honest with you, I didn't ever plan on paying the bills, because I know she's a girl, and girls are susceptible to the puppy dog eyes, and at the end of the first year I was really just going to go, oh, could you please pay the bills for another year, pretty please? See, all you girls out there, your hearts are melting right now. It's because you're women. But anyway, she got all upset because she tells me I, quote, sit on my ass all day and watch TV. Now, I know you might be saying, oh, what are you doing right now, Archfiend? Are you sitting in your living room watching TV? Yes, I am. But let's not over-exaggerate, all right? And this is an example of just one of the many women in my life that just drive me crazy, because this girl is just saying how I sit on my ass all day and just watch TV. That's the only thing I do. What do you see behind me right there? All right? I want you guys to be witness to this. What do you see behind me right there? Is that not a flight of stairs? It is. Do you guys know where my bedroom is? I showed you in the video tour of this house. It's upstairs. I have to descend that flight of stairs every single day to come down to this living room to watch television. Have I complained to her about that? Yes, I have. But that's besides the point. I have to walk down those stairs every morning. I'm just waking up, and I want to, turn on G4 and see what episodes of Cops are replaying this morning. I mean, I could miss a minute or two of that shit if I don't promptly walk down the stairs after I wake up. That shit isn't easy. And I know firsthand about how much life isn't easy, because I live in a two-story house. Now, I won't harp on her too much, because it is a pretty nice place, though I would have liked it all just to be on one floor, but beggars can't be choosers, I guess. So she's getting upset, and I know she's just being just a prototypical woman, and just causing drama and all this stuff, saying, I gotta get a job. I gotta get a job, I gotta do something more than just sitting here and watch TV while she pays all the bills. So I went out and I got a job, and of course, where else did I get a job at? I got a job at a strip club. Now, I do basically on-stage performances for a lot of, bachelorette parties, stuff like that, and had a really hot couple on stage the first night I was working there. It was a bride and her maid of honor. They were on stage, and I was simulating some hot three-way sex action. We have a bed on stage, and there's no insertion or anything. It's not like it's cheating. I mean, sure, I cop a few feels and get hard and all that, but it's not cheating. So I didn't even bother telling the girlfiend I was working there. I just was glad to be getting a job, and I was like, I showed her. busting my ass for a living, simulating sex on stage. So that hot couple, I mean, well, they weren't a couple. I don't know, they could be, but who knows. The maid of honor and the bride, there I was on the bed simulating sex with them, and you know I was getting pretty turned on, and that got the little sexual gears in my brain thinking, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give the girlfriend a treat. I'm gonna give her something she's never had in her life, and I think all you guys know what I'm talking about. That's right, it's that little French thing called hot menage a quatre action. Yeah. Four-way sex, that's what I'm talking about. So I started thinking about that, and I was talking to that bride or maid of honor, and they were drunk off their ass. They would have screwed a donkey that night if I told them to. But they ended up coming home with me, and the girlfriend was coming over that night because she was going to give me some celebratory sex, because she had found out through just, you know, people talking that I did end up getting a job, though no one told her where it was at. So, you know, I just got a text while I was at work saying, oh, congratulations, I heard you got a job. We're going to have, you know, a celebratory sex fest tonight. So I was like, oh, great, you know, and then that's when I started thinking about things, and I got those two drunk-ass girls to come home with me, and trust me, they were really hot, 10s in my book. And had them in the bed, you know, butt naked, and, you know, I was upstairs as opposed to sitting down watching TV like the girlfriend is used to seeing me doing whenever she comes over. And, you know, she just, you know, was like decked out in some hot lingerie. She opens the door, and then she blows her cool. She's like, what is this? I come home, you got two girls in the bed, and, like, you know, they're like drunk as shit. One's got a lampshade over her head, and the other one's like ramming her head into the closet for some reason. I don't know. Drunk girls do weird things. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? I was, you know, you're going to come over and have celebratory sex with me, and I got some hot girls. We're going to have some menage a quatre action, and you're getting all uppity about it. She's like, this is ridiculous. I'm going home. And I go, fine, be that way. I'm out busting my ass working for a living, and this is the thanks you have? So anyways, she storms out of the house, and the drunk girls just start throwing up on each other, and I'm just like, I'm not into that. And I just toss them out on the front lawn and just, you know, go hitch a cab home or something. I don't know. It was like 4 in the morning. They started walking to a very bad neighborhood, but I was like, I don't even care. So I guess I should at least give them their clothes first. But anyway, I don't know what happened to them, though. I saw something on the news, and it wasn't nice. But anyway, I go back to work the next day. I go to sleep that night around midnight, do my usual, wake up at about 2 p.m. in the afternoon. And, you know, I go into work later that evening, and I'm getting ready to, you know, perform on stage for some, you know, bachelorettes. And, like, 3 of the girls in this bachelorette party were, like, really hot. But one really wasn't that attractive. Like, out of a 1 to 10, the one girl was like a 9, and like the other 3 were 10s, and I was like, I'm sorry, I have standards. I'm not gonna perform simulated sex acts on stage for someone who is not a perfect 10. Alright? I have my principles and values in life, as I expect you guys should stand up for what you believe in. And I'm sorry, I am not going to simulate sex on a bed, on a stage, in front of screaming women throwing money at me if you're not a perfect 10. That's just the way I am. Sue me, alright? Sue me. I want perfection. Who doesn't want perfection in their life? Oh, anyways, my boss got pissed off about that and calls me in his office, and he's like, what the hell are you doing, Archfiend? You were supposed to perform for those girls. They were giving you good money. And I was like, did you see the one girl? She was a 9. And my boss was like, that girl was hot as hell. I was like, yeah, she was hot, but her friends were perfect. And the boss is like, what are you talking about? You're insane. Are you going to do that every single time a girl that's not as attractive as the other girls comes on stage with you? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, well, I'm sorry, but you're fired. And I'm like, unbelievable. I'm getting fired for standing up for what I believe in? What is this? What is this? Communist England here? Like, what the hell is going on? Jeez. So anyways, I get fired, and I go home, and I mean, granted, I made about $65,000 just in the first 2 nights, so I had a lot of money just to, you know, just like light up in the fireplace and just warm the house, because I've always just wanted to do that. I've always just wanted to feel the warmth of burning wealth. So I put about 15 grand in the fireplace just to light on fire, simply for the hell of it. And I must admit, it felt pretty good. It felt pretty good having the house heated by money, but I was getting a little delusional. I think it's probably because it was 100 degrees outside and I was heating the house by burning money in the fireplace. But passed out, for about 3 days, and I woke up in a pile of, like, piss and poop, and it's really graphic. I shouldn't really put that visual in your guys' head. And turns out the girl fiend ends up coming back over because she heard I got fired from my job, and she wanted to see what was up. And I came to, and I was like, "Where's dinner?" And then she was just like, "Are you ever gonna change?" And then she just stormed out of the house. But the joke's on her, because she forgot to take her Thin Mints with her. Ha 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 ha! Ah ha ha ha! I don't know why that's funny. True story.